Welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Just a reminder, this is one of many sessions happening as part of this college fair, so please do sign up for more. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Illinois. And just a reminder about the format for this fair, we have 6 institutions who will present for 6 minutes each, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. And so now I would like to introduce our first institution, Grace College.
Hi, thank you so much. One moment while I go ahead and share my screen here. All right, well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Jesse Harmeyer, and I am on the admissions staff here at Grace. I am actually a graduate of Grace, class of 2020, so a very recent graduate, but I just want to take a few moments to be able to share a little bit about the school that I was able to attend and how it had a very impact in my life. So Grace was founded in 1948 in the summer resort town of Winona Lake, Indiana. So we're a short drive from Indianapolis and Fort Wayne and even Chicago areas. So a lot of people will come out and visit us. So that's wonderful. But we are located on a 180-acre campus. So we are about a 5-minute walk from the lake. So you'll be able to enjoy all the amenities of the lake life. Grace is a diverse campus with about 1,300 students with high academic standards and very dedicated faculty and staff. That is proven through our outcome rate of around 96% within 6 months of graduation. So that's a really good statistic for those looking at schools. And our mission here at Grace is to really prepare students for lifelong careers of service, no matter your field of study. So some fast facts about Grace is that we are a Christian university here. So that means one God, one faith. No matter the class that you are in, you're going to have faith integration in that. So just having that foundation, that scripture as the inerrant and inspired word of God. First year students are allowed to have cars on campus. So that is great. You are able to explore the lake and the surrounding areas. We have around 10 different residence halls here on campus. So you can really get that true college experience here at Grace. Like I mentioned, we had around 1,300 students here on campus. So that gives us around a 24-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which allows students to be able to receive ample attention and support from faculty and staff. A great thing that Grace is excited to offer is a flat fee textbook rental system that allows the textbooks to be delivered directly to your dorm room desk. So that's a wonderful opportunity here at Grace. And now let's talk about majors and minors here. Grace is happy to offer over 90 different majors and minors, anywhere from art, business, communication, health sciences. You can create a combination that works well for your career that you want after graduation. Campus life at Grace is one that was one of my favorite parts of attending. And as a student, you will be getting involved in a whole bunch of different things where you can build friendships and different relationships. Students will participate in chapel 3 times a week. It's a great time where the whole campus body can come together to learn and to grow. But then we also have a lot of other fun things that students get involved with, such as intramurals. We do have athletics here, 18 different varsity sports that students can participate in. Lake days, serve days, so being able to go out and get involved in the community, supermarket sweep. We take over a local grocery store in the area. And then my favorite the Joust, which is like an Olympic style event here on campus. And that is just a little bit of what you'll be able to do as a Lancer. There are several different resources here on campus that we are pleased to offer students for free. Again, we have that textbook rentals. We do have an accelerated bachelor's degree. So any of those majors that I listed earlier can be accelerated. So you can complete that in 3 years with tuition-free summer classes included in that. Another great thing is that you can actually blend your bachelor's and a master's degree in 4 years. So you pay all undergraduate tuition and you're able to graduate in 2 years. 99% of our undergrad students do receive financial assistance. So you have the confidence that you can attend a private Christian school at a very affordable price. My name is Jesse. Again, I'm an admissions staff here, so please feel free to contact me. Let me know if you have any questions. You can begin applying here at Grace the summer after your junior year. So it is free. It takes 5 minutes to complete, and we would love to be able to see you here at Grace this coming fall. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Up next is Northland College.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you for having me here today. My name is Sophie Holtz, and I am an admissions counselor at Northland College. Joining me tonight is my colleague, Matt Malum, who can help me answer questions in the chat. But let's get into it. So founded in 1892, Northland College is now a community of over 600 students from across the United States and a handful of countries as well. We are located in the Chequamegon Bay area, about an hour from Duluth, Minnesota, 40 minutes from the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, and about 7.5 hours from the Chicago metropolitan area. Now, our main campus is just over 100 acres in size, but our borders are only the beginning. We are right between the city of Ashland with a population of just over 8,000 and 1 million acres of national forest as well. Our city is vibrant with historic buildings, cozy restaurants, local craft and antique stores, a co-op, movie theater, walking and biking trails, and of course, the harbor. Our city's delightful character has been shaped by over a century of extraordinary history. So we are a part of the proud tradition of liberal arts colleges, but Northland offers a twist. We focus a lot on sustainability and social justice. Now, the building you see pictured here is Wheeler Hall. It was actually our first building ever on campus. And at the time, it was the entire school. But today, it houses our humanities department. On the topic of academics, our 40+ majors span the arts and sciences, with notable Northland-specific programs like natural resources, outdoor education, sustainable community development, and Native American studies. This year, we're also offering a new climate science major and some new minors like climate change studies, sustainable agriculture, and sports management. We are an NCAA Division III school in athletics with 14 varsity sports, and roughly 38% of our student body participates. Now, Northland's commitment to environmental education has been noticed around the United States by some of the most prestigious organizations. We are an EcoLeague member, divested from fossil fuels back in 2017. We've been recognized as a cool school by Sierra Magazine, joined the Real Food Challenge, and became Wisconsin's first bee campus. Another defining characteristic of Northland is our strong sense of community. With about 20 clubs, 3 student publications, a gear rental outpost, and plenty of events, it's a great place to make friends while getting a wonderful education. It's the sort of place where when you walk down the sidewalk, people you've never met will say hi. As you can imagine, our location underwrites everything that we do. So central to our sense of place is Lake Superior. It's just 10 blocks from campus. It is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area, and at 350 miles long, it's roughly the size of North Carolina. It can hold all of the other Great Lakes in it and then some, and it's so vast it actually creates its own weather patterns. So over the course of nearly 130 years, Northland has developed a style of education that thrives in this environment, most notably by providing experiential learning in abundance, whether that's in the field, the lab, or the community. For example, our biology and natural resource majors spend countless hours in the field. Michelle Small, professor of English, did say it best when she said, "I love that Northland College is a school where you can know your students by their name, you can do your job in depth, giving 100%, expecting the rewards as you see real progress in a student's growth and development." And she's been teaching here for over 47 years and still holds that opinion. All right, so let's talk about applying. We are still accepting applications for fall of 2021. You can fill out our application or the Common App. It's pretty nice. We don't require letters of recommendation or essays, so it's pretty quick to finish our application, and the review process typically takes about 2 weeks. If you haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT or don't want to share your scores, that's absolutely fine. We are completely test optional for the 2021-2022 year. If you're a junior this year and you're thinking about applying for fall of 2022, know that our application will open up around August. So on the topic of scholarships and aid, the total cost of attendance for next year is just around $49,000, but it's good to know that nobody pays that much. Our academic scholarships start at $19,000 per year, and there are additional merit-based scholarships available. It's good to note that there are no extra fees for out-of-state students. It's the same for everybody. And please, please, please remember to send us your FAFSA so you can qualify for work study, federal grants, loans, and more. So in conclusion, check out our socials to see what our students are up to, and please don't hesitate to reach out with questions. My name is Sophie Holt, and thank you so much for listening.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up is George Williams College of Aurora University.
Okay, I am just setting up my screen real fast, and here we go. So my name is Kimberly Paulsgrove, and I am the admission counselor for George Williams College of Aurora University. George Williams College is a part of the Aurora University. We are just located an hour and 45 minutes north of the Aurora University, located in Williams Bay, Wisconsin, on Geneva Lake. So we are about 7 miles to the west of Lake Geneva. If you're ever in the area, it's beautiful. We're right on the lake. We have a lakeshore path, lots of fun opportunities in our area for our students as well. George Williams College is on rolling admission status, and it has a test optional for this year as well, along with a free application with no essays or letters of recommendation required. When you become part of the George Williams College family, you really do get to be part of a close-knit community. The professors and the students are always working together, and they are definitely committed to the students' success. We also have a discovery program for those students that maybe aren't meeting the admission requirements that George Williams requires, but that's okay. We allow these students that aren't meeting those requirements to still come to campus. They just have to partake in an interview process. That's a get to know you process, but it allows them additional scholarship money and also a great academic coach support system while they're on our campus, making sure that they're staying on task, feeling welcomed in the community in the surrounding area, and really feeling successful in their college. Our tuition and fees are roughly $26,760 for the next school year, and our room and board is almost $10,000. So we're looking at roughly $36,000 for our students to attend. Lucky for all of our students that are attending GWC, they will never pay that full sticker price. So our freshman scholarships range from $7,000 all the way to $15,000. Those are based on merit-based scholarships. So our students are being evaluated by their GPA and also their SAT or ACT scores. With being test optional this year, we just looked solely at their GPAs, and the higher the GPA, the more money that our students were receiving in aid. We also have additional scholarships as well. We have a $1,000 Wisconsin scholarship for all of our Wisconsin residents. We have a $2,000 McHenry County scholarship, and then we also have an alumni legacy grant as well. All of those scholarships are renewable every year that our students are on campus. One other special scholarship that we offer to our first year students would be our Presidential Scholarship. That is a full tuition scholarship that's awarded to 2 students every year on our campus. We are a very small campus of about 188 undergraduate students, totaling 350 students total with our graduate population. With that being said, we have only a handful of majors. We have our business management with our 5 specialty areas: agribusiness management, healthcare, human resources, manufacturing, and nonprofit; nursing, which is one of our largest majors on campus with 32 students in the program; psychology; social work, which is also one of our larger majors, and it has our MSW, or the Masters of Social Work. And then we have that undecided track for those students that just maybe aren't sure what they're looking for yet in the college process, but that's okay, because we're going to help them figure that out as they go through their journey. On campus, we have 4 residential halls. We have Oak and Hickory, which are our mirror image dorms, Winston Paul, and Emory. All of our residential halls have their own private bathrooms. They have the view of the lake. They're super spacious and have access to Wi-Fi, cable, heating, air conditioning, and all individual thermostats. Our estimated cost for our room and board is based off of a double room, so 2 students per room, but we also have singles and we have triples as well in those larger rooms. This is just some more breakdown of our residential halls. So this is what Oak and Hickory look like. Oak and Hickory also have a fire pit out in the front with an outdoor auditorium style seating for classroom space, along with just nice bonfires for our students. Emory is more of a hotel style, has more of an elongated feel, has 2-point entrance for the doors and overlooking the lake. And the same thing with Winston Paul, very hotel-like, private bathrooms again, and very nice views. We have 100+ student activities on campus, 12+ student clubs that are always fluctuating depending on student interest. And we also have all sorts of fire pits and outdoor activities for our students to participate in. To conclude, this is our contact information. My name is Kimberly Paulsgrove once again, but that's also the rest of our admissions staff that you can get a hold of. Please stay connected with GWC on any of these platforms as well. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And next up is Purdue University Northwest.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen going here. I am Faye Eichner, and I am a Senior Associate Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Purdue University Northwest, but I also am your point of contact if you're an Illinois student or a Wisconsin student, any student that's not in the state of Indiana. Now, just to get us going here, Purdue University Northwest is part of the Purdue University system. We are set up where our system has the main campus, which is located in West Lafayette, Purdue University Fort Wayne, located in Fort Wayne, and then you have our campus, Purdue University Northwest, and we have 2 locations. Our 2 locations, one of them will be in Hammond, Indiana, and that's about 40 miles, I would say about 25 minutes from downtown Chicago on a good traffic day, and it's more of an urban feel to the campus. Our Westville campus is more of a rural feel, and it's about 15 miles from the Indiana Dunes National Park. The beauty about both of those campuses is that it doesn't matter which one you prefer to be on. You can take part in any of our 70+ areas of study at either of the campuses. So no matter if you want to do engineering or nursing, maybe you want to do pre-med, all of those are available at both of the campuses. You also would be able to know that our campuses they're considered medium campus size. So with that being said, our school being a medium-sized school, we have approximately 10,000 students that would include our graduate students as well as our undergrad. Our undergrad students are about 9,200. So we have about 98% of our freshmen come in, are full-time freshmen. We represent 47 different countries, as well as we are known as a rising Hispanic serving institution. We have 21% Latinx students. We also have 11% Black students. So we have a pretty diverse population. So we want to make sure that you guys know when we tell you we have over 100 different student organizations for you to be a part of, that's going to include also our fraternities and sororities, our organizations that are cultural organizations, as well as our majors and our majors and our clubs that are associated with the majors. We have 66,000 plus alumni, and that's a very popular thing that we want to talk about because our alumni are very instrumental in helping our students know who they are and what we stand for as a campus, but also letting them know what it's like being a PNW student. So when you come in, you know that, like we said, we're part of the Purdue University system, but our similarities as far as outside of education stop there. The number of students are different, the cost of where you're going to live, those things are going to be different. But one thing that we do have on our campus we like to always brag on is our experiential learning program. No matter what your major is, when you come in, you're going to take part of that program. It's already mandatory. It's written into your curriculum. So that means that you're going to do an internship, externship, research, co-op, something outside of your classroom that's going to give you that hands-on learning experience. No, you don't have to find the companies yourself. We already have that lined up for you. As you can see, we also have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio, and that is excellent for that smaller size classes for you. Now, out of those 70 different majors we have, we also are proud to tell you that we compete in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, NCAA Division II. So some of the sports that we do participate in, as you can see right here for our men, we participate in baseball, basketball, cross country, golf, and tennis. Women, we have basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. And we are proud to introduce esports as a varsity sport this year. We are the first public state university in the state of Indiana to offer it at the varsity level. And as you can see, we also have spirit squads that you can take part in. So we want to make sure that you're not just coming to campus and you don't feel like there's anything to be involved in. We have plenty of things for you to be involved in. We have some of our campus traditions, as you can see up here on this page, because we want you guys to know that we will be opening up in the fall, and we want to make sure that you know that you can have not only your academic classes, participate in the clubs and organization, but you can balance all of that with some of our campus tradition and have some fun, participate in some of our sports as well, but make sure that you use our student resources. These resources that I have on the screen, guys, the Writing Center, Counseling Center, Career Center, Supplementary Instruction, all of that is there to help you succeed. Those things are already included in your tuition and fees. Anything you need to succeed, we want to make sure that we're giving it to you. Now, on our campuses, Hammond is the only campus that has housing. Westfield does not, but you can take classes there and still live on our Hammond campus. We do have two residence halls that have 4-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1-bath furnished apartments with living room, kitchen, shared spaces. And you also have computer labs with free printing in the residence halls. There are soundproof music rooms. There's a lot of different things to participate in. You know that we're a little bit closer to campus for to home for some of you guys. But once you live on campus, that apartment is your apartment. Your mom and dad cannot just drop in on you, okay? We have 24-hour staff at our service desk for on-call emergencies and to make sure that the only people coming in and out are the people that reside there. Our campus is $5,707 for the full academic year. That is fall and spring semester if you want to live on campus. Now for our fees, if you're living out of state, it's going to be $11,523. That is your direct fee. That's all you will pay for your tuition and fees for the full academic year, fall and spring, if you are a full-time student, if you are not living on campus. Now, that means being a full-time student, minimum of 12 credit hours to a maximum of 18. And that amount will never change. If you decide to live on campus, that amount is only going to be a little bit over $17,000 if you decide to live on campus and take your classes as well. Those costs at the bottom are called our indirect costs, guys. They do not get paid to the university, but we want you to make sure that they are in the cost of attendance when you're looking at coming to PNW. That's something that you will have to take into account. Now, our application, I know I'm almost out of time here. Our application process, we want to make sure that you know that fairly simple. We're not on Common App. We're not on Coalition App. Go to our website, pnw.edu/apply, and you can do our application in 5 to 10 minutes. We need your official transcripts, the $25 application fee, unless you get free or reduced lunch, and then also turn in your personal statement is optional. That's all we need. We are test optional this year. So we are still accepting apps. And thank you. If you have any questions, just reach out.
Great, thank you so much. Next up is Valparaiso University.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Joel Johnson with Valparaiso University Admissions. Let me bring up my screen here as well, and we'll get into this here. All right, so Valparaiso University, if you've never been to our campus, we're actually located in Valparaiso, Indiana, Northwest Indiana, about from Chicago, about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes from downtown Chicago, from central Illinois, about 2.5 hours to 3 hours, and then from southern Illinois, about just under 5 hours. Just depends how fast you drive, of course. But we are at the university of about just over 3,000 students. Our students come from all over the United States, primarily the Midwest, of course, but we do draw students from Florida, Colorado, Alaska, believe it or not, California, and other parts. So we definitely want you to come take a look at our community. We have about 4% international as well. So you're going to meet students from all over on our campus. We are an independent Lutheran university. Just means it's definitely part of our identity. We're not hiding. We have a big chapel right there in the middle of the campus. But we're a school that if you're not a person of faith, that's fine. You're just as welcome as people that are of faith. It's just part of our identity, and we want to make sure people are aware that it's something that we're proud of and support. And if you're, again, not even of Lutheran faith, we actually will help you connect with areas of worship that may be in line with your faith area. Believe it or not, our campus community, even though we're a Lutheran university, is actually more Catholic than Lutheran. So definitely come one, come all. We offer about 70 different programs that our students can choose from, academic programs. They really range all over the liberal arts and sciences with a really strong group of professional track programs. What you'll find is that some of our biggest majors in no particular order are engineering, nursing, biology, psychology, meteorology, and business. And then a really fast growing program for us is actually our physician assistant program. So I definitely want to encourage, if any of you out there are thinking about physician assistant, that you apply to Valpo by or before September 30th. Our programs are direct admit, and that particular program fills up very quickly. So if you're thinking about physician assistant, please apply by or before September 30th. In general, our application process is a rolling admissions. I'll talk more about that on a coming slide. Outside of the academic programs we offer, we have about 16 different early entry programs. So an early entry program would be where you can get your bachelor's and your master's degree in 5 years. So we have about 16 spread across our different colleges, which defines our colleges are broken into College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, College of Nursing and Health Professions, College of Engineering, and then the last college is our honors college. It's called Christ College, and that really focuses on your general education curriculum. So definitely we can talk more about that at another time if you're interested in the honors program. We at Valpo, I call it the Valpo magic. We really offer our students a lot of hands-on opportunities across all majors, experiential learning opportunities, undergraduate research, living, learning community, study abroad, all these wonderful things that actually are, they're called high impact practices. And what we're finding is that over the 4-year experience of a Valpo student, they're actually, I think it's about 97% of our students are participating in some type of practice like this. And so I call it the Valpo magic because it's really making a difference with our students. We have a 97% placement rate. Our students are going off to graduate school. They're going to the big companies, the NASA's, the Caterpillars, the ABC News for meteorology, and so on and so forth. And so it's something about our community and something about what I call the Valpo magic that makes a difference here for our students. We definitely want to encourage you to apply. I know that everyone's sophomore, junior, most likely. Our application opens up on August 1st. It is a free application. We use our application and we're on the Common App. We don't have a preference. We are going to be test optional for another year. So that truly gives you the option. If you want to take the test, if you want to submit scores, you can. It will not impact you. We only use test scores for admission purposes. We do not use them for scholarship purposes. Scholarships will be driven by your GPA. So I definitely want to encourage you, size it up and decide if you want to take the test. And if so, submit those scores to us. If not, you're fine. We will look at your courses that you complete, your GPA, the rigor of the course you completed, your grade training recommendation letters, but we do encourage students whose GPA is under 3.0 to submit those additional documents. We have some more information on what your ability and interest is as well. As I mentioned earlier, our priority application deadline is November 1st. It's for scholarships. So we are rolling admissions. We keep taking applications all year. But if you really want to compete for academic scholarships and departmental scholarships, please apply by or before November 1st, just to again take full advantage of that. We do try to keep Valparaiso affordable. We offer scholarships that range from about $22,000 up to $30,000 this year, and those again are based off GPA. We do have what's called our Illinois Neighbor Grant. That's based off of just you being an Illinois resident, graduating from Illinois high school, getting accepted, and of course coming to Valpo. You just have to do a FAFSA to get those dollars coming your way. It is not need-based. It truly is just our way of saying, hey, you're coming from Illinois. We love our Illinois students. We want to make sure we give you a little bit of money to help make Valpo possible for you. Again, we do have other departmental scholarships. Some are faith-based scholarships as well. So the trick to trade in a lot of our scholarships is just make sure you tell us what you're doing on your application, the activity sections, things of that nature, and that will help us get that information to you. Of course, we do offer federal financial assistance, and just do the FAFSA. It opens up on October 1st, and we'll make sure you get that information. And then finally, just make sure you visit. Come out and visit us. Visit all the schools that have presented thus far. For Valparaiso, we have been in person all year with our visits and with the offerings for our students. You can visit even now. Go to our homepage, valpo.edu. Click on the visit link, and it'll give you all of our visit options, both in person and virtual. So thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate you coming out. Back to you, Matt.
Great, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our presenters. We now have some time for Q&A. And so I'll ask all of our presenters to come back on camera and respond to this question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask them to respond in the same order that they presented.
That's a great question. One of the advice that I would give to students is to just visit as many colleges as possible. I know seeing things online and then seeing it in person is a lot different. I know visiting in person really helped me with my college decision. So no matter how many schools you're looking at, try to visit them all. If you're only looking at one, still go and visit as many schools as you can.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I guess to follow that up, I would really just say, make sure you know who your admissions counselor is. So knowing the names is helpful, and don't be afraid to communicate. The more questions you ask, the better we know you, the better we're going to be able to help you through this process. So reach out. That's what I would advise.
I would say you can always trust your gut. It's definitely about the fit. I know for us, especially being as small as we are, that's the one thing I always tell my students is if you're looking for a small, very intimate one-on-one campus, will definitely be that fit for you. But if not, look around, just like the other counselors have said, visit the campuses because it's really important about that because that becomes your home for 4+ years.
Yes, I agree with everything they just said. Make sure you guys are starting early, especially if you're juniors. Make sure you're starting early in your college search process, but also in your financial aid process. So that means scholarships, you should be looking for that thing like those now. So we want to make sure that when you get to college that you find out that you love because you visited campus, that you're able to afford it as well. So you want to make sure that you reach out, your counselors, because everything depends on that school. There's nothing set in stone. So the person at that school would be your best point of contact. And you want to make sure if you can that you go visit the campuses. But the beauty about COVID is that everything's virtual right now. So make sure you can see some campus tours somehow to be able to get some type of feel for the school.
The downside of going last is that you all said all the good stuff, but I agree with everything that was said, especially the visit option. One thing I would throw out there is it's okay. You should have a big pile of maybe right now. You should not eliminate a school until you've done your research. And research is not, oh, I've never heard of that school. That's not research. Research is, do they have my major? Do they check the boxes that I'm looking for to do that? And then the last part is just realize this decision is about you and your interests. So if you take a school off the list because you like band and they don't have a band, that's a legitimate reason to remove a school.
Great, thank you all. Next question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
There's so many different events that take place throughout the year, but I'd say one of my favorite is the event that all first-year students will participate in. It's called the hike. We actually will cancel classes for you, and it's kind of a day retreat for you. So we'll get lunch for you guys, and then you guys will go on a hunt and then actually build cardboard boats and actually race them in the lake. It's a super fun There where you get to meet other classmates and hallmates and just create memories within your first week here at Grace.
Yeah, this is a hard question. There are a lot of fun things to do, but I will say one of my favorite events to watch every year happens in February. We call it Snowfest. It's a week long of just really goofy, silly events, kind of made to break up the monotony of winter up here. And some of those events include things like giant snow sculpting, human-sized hungry hippos on our lawn, and some mechanical bull riding in the cafeteria.
So mine isn't exactly one event per se. It's actually our GWC experience course for all first year freshman students. In that they really get to go out into the community, being right on the lake. They get to go kayaking, sailboating, horseback riding. They can walk around the lakeshore path that leads into Lake Geneva, and they can do all different leadership events as well within the area. So I would say those all kind of are different mini events thrown into one class for our students.
Okay, at PNW, mine would be the Midnight Madness. So Madness is our kickoff for basketball season. It happens in November. It's right around that time before you guys go to Thanksgiving when you're kind of getting that lull, in the middle of the semester. And it is a midnight feast of free food and free giveaways and games and fun. And just let's come support the team. We hope that's not the only time you guys come out, but it actually is a wonderful, wonderful time.
For me, I love our university every year does a dance marathon. I love it because it's silly fun, and it's also a way where our students are able to actually raise money for the Glory's Children's Hospital. It happens every April. It's not about being the best dancer; it's just about moving around and having some fun. And they've been able to raise like over $50,000, which is great to have fun and do something good at the same time.
Excellent. So we have one more question, and that is to give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
Interesting and fun fact about Grace is that we are rated in the top 15 places to visit in Indiana and for resorts. So a lot of people come during the summer. So definitely come out and check us out.
I suppose one timely fun fact about Northland is that we shifted to our environmental focus back in the 70s. And we actually had our first Earth Day event 1 year after the very first ever Earth Day event. So that's become a pretty long-standing tradition for us. So we've been doing it for a long time.
So a fun fact that I would say about George Williams College would be we actually started as the YMCA. George Williams is the founder of the YMCA in England. And he actually never came to our campus. He never made it, but his friends did. So i.e. Brown and Wiedensaw, they came to our campus. We have a fire pit on campus that designates where they put the stake in the ground saying that this would become a camp. And it has thus progressed throughout the years, becoming the college that it is today.
So kind of I guess it's interesting. We are celebrating our 5 and 75 or 75 and 5, however you want to put it, because PNW merged 5 years ago, but for 75 years, it was still Purdue, but 2 separate campuses. We're doing our big celebration. See, it's a little interesting. I see you, Kimberly. It's a little interesting. So that's our big thing right now that we're doing. So it's a lot of celebration going on right now.
I don't know if it's really exciting, but if you like food, I'll talk about that. So we recently found out that our dining hall is rated as one of the best by I forget the website. Forgive me, I should have had that before I had it. But I didn't think it made a difference until I've been meeting with families recently, and food and dining keeps coming up. And I've had parents say, "Wow, this one wasn't that great, and you all have this and that and the other." And so, if you are a student that really likes food and you want to make sure you have a good dining experience, come take a look at our dining experience at Valpo.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for such great presentations. We are just about out of time for this session, so I want to say thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate your feedback, and please do sign up for additional sessions that are happening as part of this college fair. And you'll be able to find the recording from this session in about a week at strivescan.com/Illinois. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your evening.